Hi guys, and welcome to my review of Arsenal's game against Aston Villa, match day 6 of the Premier League season. And my God, that was an emotional roller coaster of a game. Going 1-0 down, then going 10 men down because of a Maitland-Niles, not so much red card, but injury as well. And get it back. Pepe scores his first goal, though it's penalty, but he gets his first goal, which gets him off the mark. And then 2-1, 2 minutes later, and then Emery getting the substitutions right and getting us the win, thanks to a winner by Aubameyang, a massive free kick. But like I said in the preview, I was hoping for a performance rather than just the result. And the performance till this double substitution for Willock to bring on Willock and Torreira, we were so negative. We were poor, absolutely shocking. Villa controlled the game in our backyard. You'd think we were playing away. And this is before we went down to 10 men. You'd think we'd be playing away because we were just like letting them have control of midfield and we'd hit them on the break when they make a mistake. Which, as an Arsenal fan at the Emirates, you just don't expect to see at all. Then obviously we went down to 10 men. Maitland-Niles, the second booking. As much as I hate John Moss, he got that right. It was reckless. But rather than just like the red card, I think he's going to be out for a fair bit of time because he came off limping off injured. I don't know the full story on that yet, but I'll find out. But yes, the only thing I can say, the only bright spark out of that first half was Saka. Saka getting his first Premier League, I think it's his first Premier League start of the season after what he did at Frankfurt, and he was the most energetic one on the pitch. He was at least trying to do something with the ball and trying to cause problems. And actually, the Pepe, Saka, and Aubameyang were sort of caught out because of how bad the midfield was and how bad defence was. Xhaka being a captain, I've said before, it's a fucking scandal. It really is. Guendouzi, he was having to do, and I give him the only credit out of the whole lot of the midfield and defence. I give Guendouzi massive credit because he was doing both Xhaka and his own job at the same time. Danny Ceballos wasn't making much of an impact the game. He was so positive against Burnley, and now all of a sudden he's not so positive. I don't know why. But at half time, Saka came off for Chambers, which, like I said, because of his performance, was a massive shock. And yeah, again, even at half time with that substitution, we were just poor. I think we probably had to make that substitution to have someone at right back because obviously we're down to 10 men. But again, we just came out and we were just. I can't believe we were letting. No offence to Villa, but we're letting newly promoted Villa have control of the ball at the Emirates. I can't believe it. It's just these performances. I say some of the time are worse than what they were last season. Worse, by how negative and poor the defence is. Defence entirely is just. You go to 7-year-old Sunday League school and you'll see it 10 times better. You would. But yeah, obviously Guendouzi being the one that was the only one in the midfield driving forward gets a penalty because of driving forward and trying to take people on. And Aubameyang, like he did for Lacazette, not last season, but the season before, when his confidence was on the floor, he took the ball and instead of taking it himself, which he should have done, which he would have done, he gave it to Pepe, knowing that Pepe had not scored a goal yet, and said, take this goal, you'll score this. Some fans were like, no, let's not have Pepe take it. And I'm like, well, he's got to try and score at some point. And it was like, he put that away like there was no pressure in the world on him. Right? And don't forget, he's still very young. Right? I think he's what, 22, 23 years of age. Maybe older or less than that, but he took that with such confidence, despite not having scored a goal for Arsenal since. And then you probably, if you're Pepe, you're probably gobsmacked of what happened 2 minutes later, because no less than 2 minutes later after that penalty, we let Villa walk through and do a simple cross ball on the floor, and Luiz, it's like Keown said against Frankfurt, and I said this in the review as well, minimal effort. And this is what minimal effort does. He should be getting to that ball first. He should have done, right? He was there waiting for that ball. And I'm sorry, you don't, as a defender, wait for the ball to come to you, because a striker will just run in front of you and put it in the net like McGinn just did. Right? You just don't do it. I'm sorry, Luiz, this is now what, 4-5 mistakes in a row in 5 games. And you were supposed to bring some experience and leadership qualities to Arsenal. Right? All you're doing is bringing shit. Right? This is why you don't buy players from rivals like Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Man United. There is a reason why they're selling them to you. They're not going to send them to someone in the same league to improve them. They're going to send them to make them bloody worse. Right? They knew Luiz wasn't good enough at Chelsea, and Lampard wanted to get rid of him because he wanted to bring youth. Right? So why the fuck we were trying to get him? I get people right. We were doing it was last minute panic buy, I feel, because Koscielny, the prick that he is, decided I'm gonna wait until the last minute until I finally go and sit and sulk about it. Right? Instead of waiting for him to go, we should have got someone that we actually do want, like a Pamecano. I'm hoping like Luiz bucks his ideas up, because that defence is going to cost Emery the job the way it's going. Because any other team would have demolished us. No offence to Villa, right? But if it was Man City, if it was Man United, anyone in the top 6, we would have been fucked. And yet we're playing Man United away from home in the next game. Holy Christ. I know Man United aren't on the best of form. Trust me, they lost against West Ham, parking the bus again. But I just don't have confidence in Arsenal to come up with a performance to beat them. You know Man United, they'll be up for this game, right? Them taking the piss about Lingard and all that rubbish. They'll be up for this game, right? Park the bus or not, they'll be up for it, right? It's whether Arsenal and that defence have got the mentality, right, and the determination to go and win that game. Because they had no desire or heart for 60 minutes against Villa. None whatsoever. Not until at least the penalty went in. So, but finally, after screwing up the lineup, screwing up the tactics, this 4-4-2, 4-3-3 diamond, whatever you want to call it, this 4-4-2 diamond or 4-3-3, whatever you want to call it, he finally got the subs right, because we had pace. Willett was making a huge impact on Villa. They didn't know what to do with him. But if you're going to play a 4-4-2 diamond. You don't do it with Kolasinac. You don't do it with Maitland-Niles. And now Maitland-Niles is injured. We need Bellerin back in as soon as possible. Yes, give him some minutes against Forest, but we need him back now. Right? He's fit enough. He's played in the under-23s. Bring him back. Right? Same with Holding. Same with Tierney. Right? If you're going to play 4-4-2 diamond or 4 at the back, you play with Tierney and Bellerin, who are proper fullbacks. Because Kolasinac, sometimes it was just fucking unbelievable watching him. Time and time again, when we've made a massive attack down Villa's end, and he's run off down their goal line, right, and now coming back on the pitch, as they're countering back down the other end, he's just happily jogging back. I'll take my time. Don't worry about it. Right, Saka can do the job for you. I'll just let the 2 centre backs get fucked, right, or drawn out of position. Right, I'll just happily jog back. Don't worry about it. Right, and when he does want to go down the wing and track someone, instead of tracking him along the wing, I saw him go from tracking him from the wing, going into the box, whilst the winger is going down the wing. Has he forgotten what happens in your job description as a left back? He might need to check it out. You track the winger, and then and then we all know about the frigging 2 London gangs he took on, but he can't take on the winger to stop him from bringing the cross into the box and causing problems with the centre backs. You're there to stop those crosses coming in from the wing. If that's not what you're supposed to be doing, don't play in that position. Don't play at all. We'll find someone else. Right, once Tierney's back, you ain't gonna get a look in. And the only time you get a look in is when we play like Carabao Cup, Europa League, maybe not even that. Because as a left back, you are shit. Absolute shit. And yet, when we made those substitutions on the 71st minute, Xhaka came off. And whether people think that's right, whether this is right or wrong, but people were giving him a standing ovation, not because of his performance, but to tell him to get the fuck off the pitch. Like, you're useless. And that's a captain. People saying he's one of the captains, one of the 5 options. I don't give a fuck. Every time I see him on the pitch, he's a captain. And he's going to go on the list. On the upper tier, there's a list of captains on the Emirates wall inside the ground. He's going to go on that list with Tony Adams, McGlintock, Vieira. Right. Is that what we come down to? I said on the interview there and on AFTV, right, and Robbie said give him time as a captain. And I'm like, well, we've given him since 16-17. We've been watching him at Arsenal, and we are still debating whether he should be in the team or whether he should fuck off. That says it all. That says it all. But we made those substitutions, and the pace and the play of the pace in Torreira and Willock's play and movement caused Villa no end of problems. I think it was also down to the fact Villa didn't know what to do. They didn't know whether to sit back on 2-1 or go for the kill, knowing our defence is weak. They didn't know how to play it and game management, which played a key role. Because the 81st minute, Guendouzi, again, absolutely brilliant, driving forward, picks out Chambers, who's on the right back, who's on the right back position, and has a shot deflected. Defender heads it down to the teammate who is in the box doing this, And Chambers not giving up, having that desire, that heart, the determination, not give up on that ball, gets it off and lifts it over the keeper into the back of the net, 2-2. And I have to admit, like I had to go loo at that time, and I was desperately trying to hold on, but I couldn't. And I heard the goal. I heard the fans started jumping and shouting whilst I was in the loo, and I was like, typical Arsenal. They do it when I'm not there. And obviously, I rushed back into my seat, and then with 8 minutes to go, I'm sitting there thinking, do we just sit back? No, do we just? My heart was saying, go for it, get it done, finish it, win it now. And my head was saying, after what we've just seen from Arsenal for the last 60, 70 minutes, 2-2 is not going to be a bad scoreline. Right? Yes, it's against Villa, and we shouldn't be drawing against Villa. But after what we've just seen, fuck me, we're really lucky we got a point. But remarkably, 89th minute, Aubameyang gets a free kick. And if you looked at it from a camera angle where Aubameyang had his back to you, you'd think it was like, and when watching that go in, that free kick, it reminded me of growing up watching Henry, number 14 Henry, with a free kick specialist, winning games with those free kicks. And obviously, the fans, that it just erupted. The fans, first half were a little flat, the second half, especially once the penalty started, that's it. We were all cheering them on. Because for the first 60 minutes before that penalty, we were just so in despair of what we were seeing. And yeah, I mean, it was a stunning free kick. Tom Heaton was left standing. And yeah, and that was that. We end up 3-2. And my question is, where would we be without Aubameyang? Where would we be? I mean, let's go through it. If we went first game of the season, we would have drawn without Aubameyang. He scored that goal. Burnley, probably 2-1, I think, if we went back. So we would have got a win there. Then Liverpool. Doesn't matter because we lost anyway. Then Spurs. We would have lost. We would have lost if it weren't for Aubameyang. Then Watford. We would have lost. We would have lost 2-0. And then this game, we would have drew. So that's 1, 2, and 1 win. 2 draws and 1 win. So that's 5 points. That puts us near the relegation zone. That says it all about Aubameyang. And yet people are saying we want him sold because we prefer Lacazette. You mad? Not saying I don't like Lacazette. Lacazette's a massively good player. Right? Better, sometimes stronger on the ball. Right? And can bring in people into play a lot better. But I'd give the ball to Aubameyang, he'll score. Aubameyang will just get in that position. You give him the ball, he'll score. Or he'll do it himself. Simple as that. He'll create goals out of nothing. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to go for the play ratings now. Leno, 8. I think he kept us in the game at times. Can't be faulted for the goals because that's defensive mistakes. There's nothing wrong with what Leno did, I felt. Maitland-Niles, 1. Sending off, second bookable offence, and it was a tackle that didn't need to be made, so there we are. Louise, 2. Fucking shocking as usual. And that's being generous too. That's being generous. Socrates, 4. I thought he was the better out of the two. But he weren't much better, but a bit better. None of the goals I don't think was his fault individually, but as a defence, it's just he's showing. I think he needs a break because he was so good at the start when he first came, and now all of a sudden he's turned to shit. And I actually still think it's because of who he's got next to him. So when we had Rob Holding and Socrates at the start of last season, 20-1 unbeaten run, we were doing well. We were beating Spurs in that run as well. So I think if we could get Holding back and Socrates back, that would be good. Kolasinac 1, right? If he says I'm going to leave now, I'll pack his bags and take him to the airport, right? And make sure he's not getting a Thomas Cook flight, because I'm done with his version of being a left back. It's like he has his own little rule book of how to be one. I will attack but never defend. Xhaka, a generous 3. As I said, it says it all when you get a fan base cheering you off because you're shit and they want you off the pitch. And that's our captain, so that just says it all. Guendouzi, 10, is my man of the match. He had to do Xhaka and his own job at the same time, and he did it absolutely brilliantly. He was one of the stars, one of the individual brilliant stars in that performance. So, yeah, my man of the match. Ceballos, 6, didn't have much of an impact, to be honest. I don't know whether that's not the position he wanted to play in, being wide left, because as the formation of the 3 bricks out, he's more left-hand side. He knows he likes to play in if we're playing a 4-2-3-1, he'd play next to one of the 2. So I don't know whether it was that or he just really just didn't have much of an impact, was a bit too negative for me. But he worked hard nonetheless. So a 6. Pepe, I give a 7. Got his goal, yes, he did. Did very well on the wing. At times, had to help out Maitland-Niles. Worked very hard, and hopefully now that goal can kick him on and start bringing more goals to Arsenal Football Club and more better performances. Because after that goal, he was a lot better. Saka, 8. Again, this guy is going to be someone special. I can see it. 2 performances, one away against Frankfurt with a hostile atmosphere, like performs out his skin, man of the match. And then against Villa, yes, it's Villa, right, whatever. But again, as a 19-year-old, 18-year-old, performing like he is, it was like Guendouzi last season when he first started at 19 years of age. Like, coming from Liga 2 in France to here, it's absolutely outstanding. He's going to be someone special for Arsenal Football Club. So we just need to keep giving him minutes, I feel. Make him part of the first team side. Why not? So someone get on Arsenal.com, right, and swap him from the academy to the first team. And Aubameyang, 9. Like I said, where would he be without Aubameyang? He is Leon Lacazette's injured. He is rising to the challenge of being the guy to get us the goals we need. And you can't really fault him throughout the 60 minutes that we were poor, because I mean, a striker's not supposed to do a midfielder's job. Not really. But yeah, he was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, the substitutions that we used. Chambers, I give an 8. Absolutely brilliant down the wing, causing problems, getting the goal that gave us the boost we need to go on and win the game, which turned out to be a massive, great substitution by Emery. So 8. Torreira, 7. worked hard. I felt that maybe because Villa took the foot off the gas trying to defend what they had, but also that it was a little bit better in terms of being in front of the back four and giving them cover. Willock, um, his pace and his movement was just Villa couldn't handle him at times. And again, he's another youngster who's going to be a star for Arsenal Football Club. The fact that he's now in the first team and established himself as a first team player is brilliant. So yeah, that's my play ratings. That's my review. Sorry, it was a bit long, but I had a lot of things to mind about that performance. Oh, a big shout out to AFTV. They got us to do a video about raising awareness about children's liver disease. I'll put a link in the description for the video so you can follow it and have a look. Yeah, the guys at AFTV, like, if they do watch this, don't listen to the haters. Like, they're just jealous. Like, they just want attention. Like, don't listen to them. You've done something absolutely brilliant. You've given a platform for Arsenal fans to have a say and have a voice in a country where um, it is a free country. You have the freedom of speech as long as it's not offensive. Freedom of speech, and that's what these haters just probably don't understand about this country. But yeah, thanks ever so much. I'm so grateful, and so is the charity, because any awareness about childhood liver disease just helps so much. And yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the game, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon with a preview to Nottingham Forest. Take care.